What's up, you guys? Thank you for tuning in for another episode of The Words That Spoke to My Soul. And in this particular video, we will be talking about Blurred Lines by Mona Scott Young and Courtney Parker. Now, I don't know if you guys follow Mona Scott Young or not, because I didn't prior to reading this book, but I chose this book to kind of switch things up a little bit. Although I am a fan of urban fiction, I'm not a fan of reality TV. And she is the executive producer of the Love and Hip Hop series. And I know there are a lot of people who follow it, enjoy it, and like it. What I like to call ratchet TV. But I'm not a participant in that. But I'm an avid book reader, so I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. I didn't want to judge a book before I had an opportunity to read it. So, if you hadn't had an opportunity to read my official written review, as always, you can find it on the Facebook page, my Goodreads page, as well as Amazon. So, I'm going to go ahead and kick it off and let you know what actually spoke to my soul. Just two things out of this book. Basically, lies and deceit will lead to more lies and deceit. And of the two main characters, of course, Carys and Nico, basically, they never knew the truth about their whole family background, and unfortunately, that had the potential, or it did, who knows? I don't know. You gotta read the book to destroy the life that they were trying to create together. And it started with their grandparents and how that occurred. And it just continued to trickle down and trickle down and trickle down. It was like a continual cycle of lies. And unfortunately, when you lie, people get hurt, even when you have good intentions to try to protect people. Ultimately, usually, although the truth hurts sometimes, it doesn't hurt as much as being lied to or betrayed, because nothing really ever comes good from lying, unfortunately. I mean, not even unfortunately. I think that's a fortunate thing, because if you can just avoid situations by just lying and not handling it and not dealing with it, what growth will you ever have? So, it was more than one incident. Like, the whole book is about lies and deceit. So, and the, consequences that came from every single one of those lies that were told. So, yeah, don't lie. it never works out in the end, because, like I said, even when you're trying, you have a good intent, the lie just gets complicated, and you have to remember what you said and the reason that you do, and all that other kind of stuff. So just scratch all that and just be honest, truthful, upfront, and just deal with what comes with that versus the extra baggage that comes with lying. And then the second thing would be to take integrity over success, because the one grandparent, let me remember her name, it was Nico's grandmother. Basically, I feel like she had the saddest life, in how she chose success over everything else, unfortunately. And I think that you have to have integrity when you're making choices and decisions in life, even if it's in regards to businesses, making a better life for yourself or your family. You still have to have integrity. Now, I'm not saying that people don't make decisions and do things that I don't know, may not be so legal or whatever else, but I'm not saying that it's this well, it could be the case in this book. But what I'm saying is that even when you're making those choices, even if you're living that type of life, you still have to have some type of integrity. And when I wrote the review for this particular book, it was going on during a time where Monique was voicing her opinion to Steve Harvey on his show, that, people have lost their sense of integrity, and that it's became a money game only. And that's sad, that you need to have integrity. Sometimes you have to say no because of the person that you are, the values that you have, because even if you conform to everything that they want you to do, in the end they can still leave you and sell you out or whatever else, hang you out to dry. And eventually later on, as the story progressed, Steve Harvey ended up losing two of his shows or whatnot. He was the host of one in his talk show that he lost as well, and being replaced by someone else. And versus her saying, well, I told you so, or, you know, that's what happens, or anything like that. She didn't take that approach. She basically, you know, said that I don't want to see any one of my brothers and sisters down. That's not the point. That's not the objective. But ultimately, like I said earlier, you have to have some type of integrity. And it's not to say that you will eliminate things like this from happening, but at least you can have a clear conscience. And that's what, you know, ultimately spoke to my soul out of these two. So this one is probably one of the shorter of the two videos that I've done thus far this year, or even with my reviews and podcasts and such, because don't forget to check out my Anchor podcast about this as well. But the reason for that is because this is probably my least favorite read so far out of the reading list for 2019. You know, it could be perhaps I'm not a fan of the Love and Hip Hop series. I don't know, but I really think that there are some like inconsistencies in the timeline and the story. And if you're going to include aspects in the story that are real life, that it should match up. Like, it's like you didn't do your research. And with me being a true book lover, a book reader, that matters to me. It may not matter to everyone else, and someone else may not even catch what I'm even talking about, but it mattered to me. On top of the little, you know, plugs for Love and Hip Hop, it was like, okay, we already know you're Love and Hip Hop, but you know, to each his own. You might like that. But so far this is probably my least favorite. The story was good, but at times it became unbelievable for me. But check it out. Let me know what you guys think about this particular series book that I selected for, you know, when did we read this? So May. I want to say this was May's read. Yes, definitely May, because April. Yep, May. So excuse me. It's okay. I had to just remember, because I'm trying to catch up. So while I'm recording this all the way in July, I'm trying to remember, okay, when was this? When will we read this one? This one was May's read. But you know, you might not feel the same way as I do. So that's why I always ask you guys to let me know what speaks to your soul when you read the book. But since I'm finally, I'm almost caught up. I have January and February reads to do, or whatnot. So hopefully I'll have those posted, you know, sometime soon, maybe next week. We'll see, and then hopefully I can start having these come around the way they should. But after May, it was a big month for us because Juneteenth occurs in June. So I did something a little different. So I hope you guys are excited to see what I have coming up for that, because I actually was able to read 5 different books in the month of June. I was very proud of myself. It's like a milestone for me since I've gotten back into reading as avidly as I have been. So I'm going to do something a little different for the June reads, but look forward to it. One of my kids are trying to sneak out and they're supposed to be asleep, but that's cool. But as always, happy listening and happy reading. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, keep reading. Peace.